Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States, recently spoke in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, delivering an important speech about her vision for the future of the American economy. This event was an opportunity for Harris to outline her policies aimed at empowering the middle class, supporting small businesses, and ensuring that opportunities are accessible to everyone, not just the wealthiest Americans. Here's an in-depth summary of what she discussed. 1. The state of the economy and middle-class growth. Kamala Harris began by emphasizing the need to rebuild and strengthen America's middle class, making it the engine of economic prosperity for the country. She pointed out that over the past 3.5 years, significant strides had been made in economic recovery, including addressing the public health crisis, decreasing inflation faster than many other developed nations, and achieving near-record low unemployment rates. She mentioned that her administration had created nearly 740,000 manufacturing jobs, including notable local projects like the bee battery manufacturing plant in Turtle Creek, and supported thousands of other jobs. However, Harris acknowledged that despite these positive steps, the cost of living remains too high. She spoke about how too many Americans are struggling to afford basic necessities like housing, healthcare, and even prescription medications. These challenges have persisted long before the pandemic, indicating that systemic changes are needed. For Harris, the current economic structure has made it easier for large corporations to profit, while wages for workers have not kept up. She aims to create an economy where everyone, not just those at the top, has a fair chance to thrive. 2. The opportunity economy. Harris introduced her concept of the opportunity economy, a plan designed to grow the middle class and make the economy work for everyone, regardless of background. She contrasted her vision with the policies of former President Donald Trump, arguing that Trump's economic agenda catered primarily to the wealthy, offering tax breaks for billionaires and corporations at the expense of working families. By contrast, Harris's opportunity economy emphasizes fairness and growth for all. 3. Supporting families through tax breaks and cost reduction. One of the key pillars of Harris's plan involves reducing costs for middle-class families and providing direct support through tax cuts. She proposed a middle-class tax break that includes a $6,000 credit for new parents during the first year of their child's life, aimed at covering essential expenses. Additionally, Harris aims to lower the cost of childcare, elder care, and provide access to paid leave, recognizing that many Americans struggle to balance caregiving with their work responsibilities. Her own experiences caring for her mother during a health crisis were shared to underscore her understanding of the dignity and value inherent in caregiving. 4. Addressing the cost of housing affordability was another major topic of her speech. Harris emphasized the importance of expanding the availability of affordable homes to help more people become homeowners, which she views as a critical component of building intergenerational wealth. To address this, she proposed cutting the red tape that prevents new homes from being built, working with developers to construct 3 million new homes and rental units for middle-class Americans, and offering $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. 5. Lowering corporate exploitation and pharmaceutical costs. Harris also vowed to combat corporate exploitation by enacting a federal ban on corporate price gouging and imposing regulations on pharmaceutical companies to cap prescription drug prices, similar to the caps that were implemented for seniors. She highlighted that Donald Trump had no intention of reducing costs for middle-class families, and cited surveys from top economists who believe her plan would be more effective in keeping inflation low compared to Trump's economic proposals. 6. Supporting small businesses and entrepreneurs. Another key pillar of her opportunity economy is a focus on American entrepreneurship and small businesses. Harris recognized the importance of small businesses in lifting entire communities and emphasized the barriers they face, such as lack of access to capital. To address these issues, she proposed increasing the startup tax deduction from $5,000 to $50,000 and providing low interest or even no interest loans to businesses wanting to expand. Her goal is to support the creation of 25 million new small business applications by the end of her first term, as small businesses account for nearly half of all private sector jobs. 7. Industrial strength and leading the future. Kamala Harris also discussed her vision for restoring America's industrial strength and maintaining the country's leadership in the industries of the future. She drew comparisons to historical achievements, such as the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, the interstate highway system, and the space race. Harris plans to invest in sectors like biomanufacturing, aerospace, clean energy, AI, and quantum computing, ensuring that these technologies are not only developed but manufactured in the United States by American workers. She mentioned offering tax credits to expand union jobs in traditional industries such as steel and iron, particularly in manufacturing communities. Harris promised to prioritize investments in factory towns, retooling existing factories, and creating jobs for local workers, all while collaborating with unions to ensure fair conditions. 8. Training the workforce of the future. To compete in a rapidly advancing global landscape, Harris called for a doubling of registered apprenticeship programs and emphasized the need to eliminate unnecessary degree requirements in favor of practical skills development. She highlighted her commitment to making this change within federal jobs and encouraged the private sector to follow suit. 9. Faster permitting and infrastructure projects. Harris stressed the importance of accelerating infrastructure projects in the United States, arguing that the country takes too long to complete essential projects, whether it's a bridge, factory, or housing development. She emphasized the need for faster permitting processes and the reduction of bureaucratic delays to ensure the country can stay competitive, especially compared to China, which is rapidly advancing its own infrastructure. 10. Differentiating from Donald Trump. Throughout her speech, Harris drew a stark contrast between her plans and those of Donald Trump. She pointed out that under Trump's leadership, many manufacturing jobs were lost, and his policies favored big corporations rather than small businesses. Harris positioned herself as a strong advocate for working Americans, promising to never prioritize the wealthiest over the interests of the country. 11. A vision of fairness, dignity, and opportunity. Kamala Harris concluded her speech by emphasizing her fundamental values of fairness, dignity, and opportunity. She vowed to be pragmatic in her approach, willing to engage in bold, persistent experimentation to find what works best for America. She reaffirmed her commitment to making government a partner to the private sector and workers, holding companies accountable while also working with them to grow the economy. Harris expressed her optimism for the future, invoking Pittsburgh's proud history as a city that helped build the middle class and became a hub for innovation, particularly in AI and robotics. She called upon the American people to harness their ambition and optimism, to seize the opportunities ahead and invent the future together. In summary, Kamala Harris laid out an ambitious plan aimed at leveling the playing field for middle-class Americans, supporting entrepreneurship, investing in American industry, and ensuring that the economy works for everyone, not just the wealthy. Her speech was a call to action for a more inclusive, innovative, and thriving America with a focus on fairness and shared prosperity.